Hi guys, this is Stephanie from Grow Green Homestead coming to you with a quick video to discuss the fall garden area. As you can see, it looks a little different than it did last year. I am definitely trying to keep it maintained a little bit better. I added some more soil to help amend the red clay dirt over there, and I have decided, since it's so shady over here, why not put something over here that would take a little while to grow. And so I decided to put in some onions and shallots. Shallots are here at the beginning. You can't really see them because it's blending in, but yeah, I have shallots. And the squirrels around here, between the squirrels and the rabbits, when I first put these in here, they were pulling them out the dirt. Just like this one right here. This one was pulled out. It still looks like it can do okay. It's still pretty firm. So I'm gonna just find some place to stick it. I'm gonna find some place to stick it and tuck it back in there. I do not have black paper up under this area. I only have it on the edges to prevent the grass from growing into the area. I did till all of this in with some Black Cow vermiculite, and I added blood meal, bone meal, and I forgot what kind of pellets those were, but anyway, it was phosphorus. Yeah, phosphorus to feed the onion bulbs. And I do have, like I said, from this point going down, I have shallots, and then from this point right here, these are Highlander, the Highlander onions, up into a certain point down here. I don't have many of those. And then it changes over into the red candy apple red onions, just to give them a shot and see what they turn into. And then it goes into a space to where there is nothing, which I have replanted some of the garlic that I just harvested. So they have not began to sprout yet, but I'm sure they are coming. And then you'll get to this pole and this tag, and I have Walla Walla onions growing down through here. As you can see, the little footprints in the soil, that's the dog walking through there. She's old. She doesn't know any better. So I'm trying to give her some grace. And you have little random things popping up in here. Some straggling seedlings from off the trees around us. You just have to come here and pull all of them out. Alright, so these little dry shrubs down here, you might not be able to see them good because the sun is reflecting, but these are all broccoli seedling pods, and hopefully there's some in there because I've been letting them dry out. Uh-oh. Well, there wasn't anything in that one. Or that one. I guess they were so tiny. I don't know what, it has to be some in these. Look at these little bugs. They look like, I'm not sure if you can see them or not. They kind of look like ladybugs, but they're not. They devour anything green and leafy. So I need to definitely come and harvest my seeds before they eat them, for sure. Might just take them and pull these up and put them on the trampoline. I know for sure they're not going to eat the onions. But anyway, on to the next. that is the plan for this fall garden area. I'm not planting anything leafy and green this summer. I will be doing all of that in the last part of July, the beginning of August, starting the seeds for that. Hopefully about time they are big enough to come out, it will be cooling down and most of the bug pressure will be dying off. So other than that, I was going to show you my grapevine that I pruned. It hurt my little heart because it was doing so well, and I had to prune it back to 1 liter to get it up to the height that I wanted, so it can kick out 2 additional side branches. So I can if you can see, there's a line right there that I'm running from one tree to the other tree. And the 2 strongest plants that made it to the top first, I went ahead and topped them off, and you can see that I have one that already grabbed the hold of the line, and this one has not yet done so, but it did kick out its next little shoot there, which I'm going to try to lead down the line that way, or maybe this to the right, because I think this one right here is going to go to the left. The other ones that were a little lower, I went ahead and topped them as well, so I can lead them on a lower level. And then some of the ones that were a little lower than that, so I should have like 3 levels of grapevines going in all kind of directions. That's the goal. I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm not a grapevine person, so I have no clue. So if you want, you can stick with me on this journey and see how it turns out, or you could just check back with me at the end of this growing season and see if I accomplished anything, because I'm not quite sure yet. But that's all a part of growing and learning as you go. You never know what's going to happen unless you're seasoned, and that's the good part about being a backyard gardener. You don't really know what to expect, which makes it kind of exciting and kind of stressful at the same time. But I've been doing this more than a few years, and I still haven't learned it all yet, so it takes time. And I wanted to show you this little collard green plant. This is a volunteer from 2 years ago. It just actually kicked out a plant last year. Actually, yeah, sometime last year, and it stayed small because it's in the shade up under this big tree. So I'm not putting any bets on it, but I'm pretty sure the bugs are going to devour that pretty quickly as soon as they figure it out. It's right here. I don't really have plans for that, but I just wanted to show you those are my plans for the fall garden. I don't plan on putting anything else over here down on this line. It's just for the onion bulbs and the shallots. This is my second harvest. All right, the first one was good. I didn't get a chance to show you guys that, but it turned out well. Let's see. Since I'm already on this side of the yard, I could quickly show you the little bit of progress that's going on with my little melon patch and with everything over here, I think. So my elderberry is doing great. I'm actually going to have some berries this year if the birds don't eat them. I'm surprised they actually made it to that point. This area is supposed to be my cucumber / watermelon area. And yes, I know you shouldn't plant both of those together. It's a little too late. I'll make a reference for that next year, not to plant cucumbers and watermelon together. But I think it'll be okay as long as I keep them fed, because they are very heavy feeders on both sides. So that was another mistake. You live and you learn. I've learned through research and other YouTube videos, don't do this. So hopefully somebody will hear this and know not to just plant those things together. This area here is the Swiss chard area. It's still just going to seed. I have not been able to harvest any of the seeds, and honestly I'm not quite sure if I can. They don't quite look like the seeds that you buy from seed companies, so I'm just probably gonna let them just do their thing and fall off. And if I see Swiss chard plants popping up everywhere, I'll dig them up and replant them in their spot. But they don't quite look all big and chunky like the ones, like I said, that comes from the seed companies. So I'm not quite sure. I'm just not quite sure when I'm supposed to pull these. So I'm gonna just let them keep going. That's the best I could do. It's my first year letting these go to seed, so that's another live and you learn. All right, so this is the elderberry. This one actually is getting more sun and is doing much better, even though it's not super huge. They're almost the same height, so they're growing, I guess, on schedule. But this one definitely has nicer berry clusters than the other one, because the other one only has that two little partial clusters. These have, that's the third cluster, and then the bugs and the birds kind of tore up that cluster. But this one gets a lot of sun. As you can see, the sun is bouncing off of the leaves, unlike this one over here that's in full shade that hardly gets any sun. He's a little taller than the other one because he's trying to stretch for the light. I'm telling you, if I could cut some of these branches off of this tree and give my baby some more light, I would. But yeah, that's a job too big for me to handle. So I'm just gonna make a decision on whether I'm gonna move this in the fall when the leaves fall off and it goes into hibernation, to over here along beside this. But the thing is, I don't want to block my husband's lawnmower and him pulling in and backing out. So there's another dilemma of where to plant a plant that I have no space for anymore. I've definitely taken up the backyard space. It's about time for me to slow down a little bit on the tree buying and the tree planting. I could always put it in a container for sure, but it's already in the ground and doing so well. I probably just need to find a permanent place for it. This back here, it doesn't look very impressive. This is my blackberry raspberry area. A lot of the ones I have weaved through the cattle panel or last year's canes, just to try to give it some support. It's not doing a lot because, once again, it's in the shade. And that's a little well, it was. It's only a little piece left now. Grass is taking over. A little strawberry shortcake raspberry. It'll get bigger as the time progresses. And this is one of those thornless blackberries. I got that one, and then I have this one over here. They're both thornless, and then this is a boysenberry, I think. You guys, look at this little flower. I know a lot of you probably know what this is. Well, that's a female flower for my pomegranate. The problem is I don't have a male flower to pollinate it unless it's going to do it itself, which I don't think that they do that. Some varieties might, but this is a Parafinca, and I don't think they self-pollinate. But if they do, that's great. Because I don't have any other male flowers to pollinate it with. So if it falls off, I'll know for sure that it will have some pomegranate next year. For sure. Because they're kicking out 3 right there. But yeah. That's pretty much all I have. I'll do a pepper update in the next video. Alright guys. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please put them down in the comment box below. Thanks for watching. Hi guys, this is Stephanie from Grow Green Homestead coming to you with this very quick video on the pepper area. Well, pepper / watermelon area. This is getting to look a little dangerous, isn't it? I'm not going to be walking in all this to pick peppers and jalapenos. Anyway, somebody will. I don't know if it's going to be me. But anyway. I just wanted to give you this quick update to show you the growth on these bell pepper plants. These are bell pepper. Well, I thought that was a bell pepper. That might be a jalapeno. Okay. This is a bell pepper plant. This row is that's a bell pepper. That's probably about a little foot tall. There was a bell pepper here. It died, so I pulled the tomato from out of my tomato area and stuck it over here because there was no room left over there. So I pulled it and put it here. It's doing fine. I'm pretty sure it's about to explode over here in this area. I have another bell pepper right here. That's another bell pepper. Another bell pepper. Bell pepper. And this is pretty interesting because this is a jalapeno. They are growing, which I'm surprised. Let me see this tag. I'm pretty sure I thought I had I don't know, that's a jalapeno. And look, I got ants in there. I figured. Go figure. I got to fix that. And those are the ones that'll kick your butt too. So I know I got some work to do out here, obviously. But yeah, jalapenos. Oh, nope, that's a bell pepper. I must have switched the plants. It doesn't matter. So that's a bell pepper. That's a jalapeno back there, which they already kick it out. Let me go show you. Sorry guys, I do not have the tripod on, so it might be a little shaky. I did transplant this tomato plant as well. I need to give it some water because it's looking a little thirsty. That was another one I pulled. This is a jalapeno, and this plant is the biggest one that I have out here. I don't know what's going on with this area, but it must be fertilized pretty well. Alright, so if you can look, here's the jalapeno right there. And I have another one right there in the shade. I have a ton more if you can look through there and see those just hanging. And then I have flowers coming on at the top. I did pinch off the tops, if you can see right there that I pinched it off. to encourage side growth. Hopefully I did the right thing. Or maybe I didn't. But anyway, if I didn't, oh well. If I did, I'm fine with that too. The watermelon plants are getting a ton of flowers. You probably can't see them. Let's see if I can find you a close flower. There's a flower. And these are just the Sugar Baby and the Jubilee watermelon. I'm gonna just let them run wherever they want to. I was trying to keep them in one area. I wish I could do the, I was supposed to do the other side, my other little melon patch like this on black paper. I don't think that I'm gonna get to that this year. I might, I don't know.